right corner, there are 3 dots that says more. As indicated by a red arrow here, please click on the 3 dots, which will give you different option. Please click on the language interpretation option, which will guide you to the different language options we have for today. I will also like to repeat again, for Hindi language speakers, please select Japanese. For Thai language speakers, please select German. And for Swahili language speakers, please select Korean. And our last function is the chat function. If you are facing any difficulties, if you like any form of clarification, please let us know through the chat function and we will get back to you. Thank you so much. Back to you, Josephine.
Okay, sorry. To inspire us, let's all welcome with virtual round of applause Patricia Conyuman Carillo, home-based workers from Chile, longtime activists and members of the International Working Group in Latin America, to render a poem entitled Saludo 20 de Octubre. A round of applause, please.
Victor, can you hear me? Hello, Victor. Can you translate? People are not able to hear you in Swahili. Hello, Victor. This is Vanessa. Please go ahead. Just, yeah. Are you able to do the Swahili? Please go ahead. Please go ahead. Yes. You need to be on 2 devices. Are you on another device for the main? Please, yeah, please. Okay, all right. I'm not sure if people can hear us here, but I think you need to be connected on WhatsApp separately and on your computer so that you can hear the English, so that you're able to do. Okay. I think you need to find a way to chat in the background because they're hearing us. So you don't have WhatsApp? Okay, I'll send a message. Please, do you have my number?
In my Blanket then.
Um, can we please have Patricia with her poem?
Buenos días.
Patricia, you're on mute.
¿Ahora?
Is it okay now? Good morning, everyone. Here from the south of the world, from Latin America and the Caribbean, with a lot of love for all our home-based workers. I would like to say hello for 20th, a greeting on the 20th of October. Raise your fellow workers with all our strength for which we are alive, with fury for those who are not took away from COVID, and with hopes for those to come. Raise your hands and let's make a chain of unity, of simple hands. We are in the north, we are in the south, we are in the east, we are in the west. Raise your face and look at the problem ahead. Make those who see you tremble, just listening your transparent gaze. We raise our hands for health and education. We raise our arms to make ourselves heard. We raise our arms to have a home. We raise our arms for world peace. Raise our arms to regain our identity. We are working women, not entrepreneurs, as they want to portray us. Raise your arms so that our governments become fairer, to ratify the conventions which give us equality. C-177 is an example of social justice. Raise your arms, hands, and face. Look ourselves as equals, that this is our fight. It is ours to win our seat. We do not intend to accept defeat as the end result. On October 20th, we celebrate our anniversary, and we have to work to make home-based and informal work more visible. We raise our arms as a symbol of unity. We salute the whole world, to the formal economy, to the solidarity economy, which fills us with joy, hope, and solidarity. Let's raise our arms to eradicate racism from our society. If we are all equal, women with rights, to you, I want to greet you on this October 20th, this World Day that we're going to celebrate, with all arms raised as a symbol of world unity.
Gracias a todas
Thank
por
you.
su atención.
Back to you, Josephine.
I always forgot to unmute my Okay, thank you, Miss Patricia. And that was a very inspiring message to all of us. To know more each other, Regional Home-Based Workers Representative, to introduce the different organizations that are participating in this webinar. For the presenter, you are going first to introduce yourself, your organization and country, and then state the different organization and countries represented in your region. In no particular order, may I call first HomeNet South Asia to be presented by Miss Asia Tak. Hopefully I pronounce it right. Okay, Miss Asia, please introduce the HomeNet South Asia participants.
हाय नमस्ते हाय
आसिया आपका माइक म्यूट है.
Can the co-host stop muting everyone, because then Asia is also getting muted.
अभी चालू हुआ इंद्रजीत. हाय
हाँ ठीक है, अब चल रहा है, अब बोलिए.
आज आज हम लोग अंतरराष्ट्रीय घर खाता कामगार दिवस के अवसर पे सब लोग इकट्ठा हुए हैं और ये दिवस हम लोगों बहुत धूमधाम से हम लोगों को मनाना चाहिए. मैं भारत मुंबई से आसिया शेख बोल रही हूँ. मैं घर बैठकर लेडीज सूट सीने का काम करती हूँ और मेरी संगठना लर मेला कामगार संगठना है. वो संगठना की मैं लीडर हूँ. हम लोग असंगठित क्षेत्र की महिलाओं को एकत्रित करने का काम करते हैं, मतलब इकट्ठा करने का काम करते हैं. और हमारे साथ में आज होमनेट साउथ एशिया की तरफ से बहुत सी संस्थाएं जुड़ी हुई हैं. मैं उन लोगों का परिचय आप लोगों से करवाती हूँ. ये सब संस्थाएं होमनेट साउथ एशिया से जुड़े हुए हैं. नंबर 1 है कोएलिशन फॉर अर्बन. नहीं, बांग्लादेश से जो हमारे साथ में संस्था जुड़ी हुई है, ये संस्था का नाम है कोएलिशन फॉर अर्बन पुअर. और बांग्लादेश से एक और संस्था हमारे साथ में जुड़ी हुई है, लेबर एड इनफॉर्मल इकोनॉमी. भूटान से हमारे साथ में सबा भूटान संस्था जुड़ी हुई है. और भारत देश जो हिंदुस्तान है, बहुत ही प्यारा देश है. इस देश से 5 संस्थाएं हमारे साथ में जुड़ी हुई हैं. सोशल अवेयरनेस एंड वॉलंटरी एजुकेशन सेव. लर मेला कामगार संगठना जो जिस संगठना से मैं खुद जुड़ी हुई हूँ. साधना, सेवा दिल्ली और सेवा फेडरेशन, ये 5 संस्थाएं भारत हिंदुस्तान से जुड़ी हुई है. मालदीव से एक संस्था जुड़ी हुई है, मालदीव ऑथेंटिक क्राफ्ट कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी. और नेपाल से संस्था जुड़ी हुई है, होम बेस्ड वर्कर संकर सोसाइटी नेपाल. नेपाल से एक और संस्था जुड़ी हुई है, सबा नेपाल. और पाकिस्तान से एक संस्था है, होमनेट पाकिस्तान. श्रीलंका से संस्था है, सबा श्रीलंका. ये सब संस्थाएं हमारे साथ में साउथ एशिया से जुड़ी हुई हैं. ये हम सब लोग आज कामगार घर खाता कामगार दिवस के अवसर पे हम लोग सब इकट्ठा हुए हैं. जूम मीटिंग में हम लोगों की बातचीत हो रही है, मिल रहे हैं. लेकिन घर खाता यूनियन में जो भी औरतें काम करती हैं घर बैठ के, उसकी मांगता सरकार तक हमारी मांगता नहीं पहुंचती है, और हमारे समाज में भी जो भी हम काम करते हैं उसकी कोई वैल्यू नहीं होती। इस वैल्यू के लिए हम लोगों को आवाज उठाना है, क्योंकि लोगों का कहना कि घर बैठ के तुम काम करती हो, क्या फायदा, तुम तो फ्री बैठी हो, काम कर रही तो क्या हो रहा। लेकिन ये हम कामगार बहनों को पता है कि हम जो भी काम करते हैं, इस काम से जो भी हमको प्रॉफिट होता है, उस प्रॉफिट के जरिए हमारे घर की कितनी सारी जरूरतें पूरी होती हैं। ये हम लोगों को हमको पहुंचाना है कि हम ये काम करते हैं तो फ्री वक्त में करते हैं जरूर है, लेकिन इससे हमारी जरूरतें बहुत ज्यादा पूरी होती हैं, और बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत पूरी होती है। इसलिए हम लोगों को आवाज उठाना है कि हम सब कामगार बहनें जो घर बैठ के काम करती हैं, हमको आवाज उठाना है कि हम सब एक हैं, हमारी पहुंच सरकार तक पहुंचना चाहिए, समाज तक पहुंचना चाहिए। इसके लिए मैं आपका धन्यवाद अदा करती हूँ। थैंक यू, शुक्रिया।
I will just briefly translate what my colleague and friend Asiapa just mentioned. I'm also from Learn, but I will speak as if I'm Asia, so you know exactly what she said. She said, Namaste to everyone. Hello, everyone. She wished everyone many hearty congratulations and very warm wishes for International Home-Based Workers Day today. My name is Asiya Sheikh, and I'm a home-based tailor based in Mumbai in India. She belongs to Learn Mahila Kamgar Sangatna or Learn Women Workers Union, which is based in India, and we are a member of HomeNet South Asia. And she feels very glad and happy to welcome other organizations from South Asia, which also are members of HomeNet South Asia. And then she mentioned the organizations that are present, and I will just briefly go through them again. From Bangladesh, we have Coalition for the Urban Poor, as well as Labor at Informal Economy. From Bhutan, we have Sabha Bhutan. From India, we have a number of organizations, Social Awareness and Voluntary Education, which is SAVE. Learn Mahila Kamgar Sangatna, which is what Asiya and I belong to. We have Sadhana, we have Seva, we have Seva Federation and Seva Delhi. From Maldives, we have Maldives Authentic Craft Cooperative Society. From Nepal, we have two organizations, Home-Based Workers Concern Society Nepal, as well as Sabha Nepal. From Pakistan, we have HomeNet Pakistan. And from Sri Lanka, we have Sabha Sri Lanka. In closing, Asiya had a very nice message. She said that usually home-based workers are invisible, unrecognized. Nobody knows what we do. Sorry? Because we work from our homes, nobody really comes to know what work we do. And even if our own family members and community people know that we are doing work, they say you're just sitting at home free doing time pass. So even though we work in our homes, there is no value. So she thinks that today's day is very auspicious and very wonderful occasion to recognize all of us who are invisible. And she said, all my sisters who are invisible, who are in this with me together. And together we have to come together, raise our voice so that the government, employers, and the society community, everyone knows we exist and that what we do is of value. And she said, we only have power if we are one, and that is why she's very happy to be present here and to introduce all our sisters and organizations from South Asia. Thank you.
Okay, to introduce the participants from Eastern Europe and Central Asia, can we call on George Ivasteves?
Дорогие братья и сестры, мы члены
Brothers and sisters, we are members of the Eastern Europe and Central Asia. We are congratulating you with the
2009 год является началом этого праздника. Каждый год
for us, 2009 is the day of the beginning of the solidarity for the home-based workers. For us, this year is the most difficult because of the pandemic. This celebration is completely wrong.
экономические рычаги для сохранения жизни и труда наших
For
членов.
now, our purpose is to find ways to
Принять такие
find ways
помогли бы
and
всем
ask our government to help us find economical ways to help our home-based workers. It's really important for people and for females and males to have economical support.
которая производит
They
товары
consist of
разного рода услуги. Некоторые из них работают.
They support with raw materials. Some of them are self-employed workers, and some of them are working for the enterprisers.
На состояние надомных работников сейчас очень сильное влияние оказывает как пандемия, так и состояние экономики.
On the home-based workers now are affected both from the COVID and both for economical problems.
Быстрее нарастает число людей, которые
Every day there are more and more people who lose their economical resources and they don't know who to ask for help.
Чтобы все правительства должны
To solve this problem, all the states need to find laws and support and make it work formal and help them to improve their lives.
Работодатели должны воспринимать надомников как членов своих коллективов.
Home-based workers need to be part of the enterprises and they need to have minimal wage and social security.
Партнеры отмечают этот праздник очень разнообразно. В Болгарии этот день является началом подписания европейской
All around the world, people celebrate this day differently.
Для каждого надомника базовый доход является способом легализации своего труда.
For each home-based worker, minimal wage is the way to celebrate.
В Турции, в Грузии организованы мероприятия, которые направлены на улучшение жизни наших членов. В Армении, к сожалению, этот праздник не будет.
In Armenia, for example, sadly, this day is not going to be celebrated because there is in Central Asia, there are beginning of the
являются самыми распространенными в их странах. В Казахстане параллельно с обучением реализует проект исследования развития ремесел, которые являются субъектами туризма. Дорогие братья и сестры, для нас всегда было нелегко справляться с проблемами.
Dear brothers and sisters, it was always difficult to come up and solve these problems, to protect our rights and ask our states to make it formal economy. In our days, it's more and more difficult, but we need to have a solidarity to solve these problems. I thank you everyone to attention.
Thank you. And to introduce the participants from Africa, can we call in Edwin Bett?
अफ्रीका से हमारे अगले सहभागी एडविन बेर को मैं बुलाना चाहता हूं.
Ashu, you need to switch to your channel.
Yeah, I am speaking Japanese.
Hi, I'm Edwin Bett.
Edwin, you are very soft. Edwin, we can't hear you. You are very soft.
You can hear me well now. My name's Edwin Bett from Kenya. I work with the Kenya Federation for Alternative Trade and currently supporting the African Regional Network. I'm going to introduce to you the organizations that make up the African regional platform.
Naenda kutambulisha
In
taasisi
March
zinazofanya kazi.
2019, several organizations from across 5 countries,
Kwenye
that is
miaka ya
Kenya,
90,
Uganda,
taasisi kadhaa
Tanzania, South Africa,
kutoka
and
Afrika
Ethiopia,
Kusini, Tanzania, Ethiopia
met in Nairobi, Kenya to
walikutana Kenya
chart the way forward for the African regional platform.
na walitengeneza
In
makubaliano
South
ya
Africa,
kutengeneza.
we have
Yes.
groups,
Hello?
especially cooperatives around Cape Town, and
Yes.
Sasewa, that is based in KwaZulu Natal. And in total, we have close to 500 home-based workers residing or currently actively working with the African regional platform. In Uganda, we have roughly 85 groups with a total of close to 4,500 home-based workers and growing. And in Kenya, we are spread across 6 cluster regions. Machakos, where I'm speaking from, Nairobi, Kisumu, Kisii, Lodwar, and Kisumu. And we are all close to 5,000 home-based workers who are active. In Tanzania, we have a total of 13 groups currently spearheaded by UWAKE, and they have close to 500 home-based workers. In Ethiopia, WISE is supporting the organizing process for home workers, and they've put together several circles. They are working with them, and we have quite a sizable number of home workers at that place. As is the process, we are one of the youngest growing networks. We began the mapping, organizing in 2013, 2015, and by now in 2020, we can proudly say that we are part and parcel of the journey of creating HomeNet internationally. Thank you.
Okay, can we call on si Yati from Indonesia, home-based workers, to introduce the HomeNet Southeast Asia representatives or participants? Yati, please. It's your turn now.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Apa kabar? Halo. Hola. Namaste. Kamusta. Swadika. Здравствуйте. My name is Sriyati from HomeNet Indonesia. HomeNet Indonesia is the member of HomeNet Southeast Asia. We all come from 6 countries. They are Thailand, hello Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam. Happy of Columbus Workers' Day. May all that we aspire to achieve solidarity, greetings to all of us. Thank you. Assalamualaikum. Fighting.
Okay, thank you, Sirati. Okay, from can we call in Miss Patricia Conyuman Carillo to introduce to us the Latin America participants? Patricia.
Sí, estamos.
Here we are. Can we hear me? Hello. Good morning once more. In Latin America and the Caribbean, we have also been associating and grouping in different ways in the different ways we have in our countries due to our different cultures. So we are not all unions. I would like to present, I would like to introduce ourselves. We are in the Home Base Association at Tempo in Brazil, in Chile, the union of workers. We have the textile union Coquimbo, La Sirena, Simbuted. We are also the union of home-based worker in the Espejo. We have the Revolutionary Union of Textile Workers, IBETEC, and the Mapuche Association of Women. In Nicaragua, we have the Confederation of Self-Employed Workers, which is affiliated to the National Front of Workers. In Peru, we have the National Networks of Autonomous or Self-Employed Workers, Renata. Uruguay, the Sindicato Único de la Aguja, which is affiliated in the Interunion of PET-CBT. Those are the organizations that make up Latin America, Cotrado, ALAC, and the Caribbean. Thank you very much.
Josephine?
Okay, thank you. And I saw Martha Chen. I saw Martha Chen and Rhonda Douglas in our participants. We are now 189 participants for today's activity. And to share the history of the October 20 International Home-Based Workers Day, let's all welcome Ms. Rinana Jabala, one of the leading and pioneering voices of the home-based workers movement. Her contributions have been immense and have spanned decades. Her journey began with SEWA, the world's largest trade union for women informal workers, with over 40 years. She also served as the union national coordinator. In 1990, along with Ella Bat, lead the global workers movement that went to achieve the Convention 177 on home workers at the International Labor Conference. The convention remains a guiding instrument that has formed the basis of policies that have brought recognition to home-based workers and has to continue to inspire home-based workers organizations to pursue an agenda of decent work and a dignified living for millions of home-based workers across the world. Ms. Rinana is the founder of SEWA Bank that currently caters to over 100,000 informal workers. She is also the founder of SOA Giren, Wigo and Homely South Asia, recipient of the Padma Shri, one of the India's highest civilian honors. Today, she will reflect on how the Union SEWA and its allies organized to have the Kathmandu Declaration. The Homely Chairperson and SEWA representative at the signing of the Kathmandu Declaration way back October 20, 2000. Its significance of celebrating the day for home-based workers struggle. Let's all welcome again, a round big of applause, Ms. Rinana Jabala.
Thank you so much, Josephine. And it is really wonderful to see so many different people, so many from all the different countries, all the different religions, and to actually see a new HomeNet International coming into being. Home-based workers, we know, are spread everywhere. And I wanted to take you back into history a little bit. We all know that in 1996, the ILO passed a convention, which convention number 177, where it offered protection to home-based workers. This was the first convention for informal workers, for workers who didn't have a very clear employee-employee relationship. And as we know, most of them are women, though there are men also. And they were totally invisible, and still the ILO passed this convention. There was a lot of work behind that, and the main support came from the women in the trade unions, because trade unions, what was then the ICFTU is now the ITUC. They have a lot of influence in the ILO. But the real push came from organizations like SEVA, and SEVA played a major role in this, and other organizations all over the world. And you will be surprised to know that 25 years ago, when the first hearing was being done of in the ILO, 25 years ago, we actually all got together and formed a HomeNet International. And that HomeNet International was registered in the Netherlands. And it did have people, I think some of my Southeast Asian colleagues will remember. We had, Rakavan, you will remember well. So we had a HomeNet International. And the HomeNet International was quite influential in getting the ILO convention passed. Unfortunately, and it was a big, big victory, because we were never sure whether it will happen or not. Unfortunately, there was a huge opposition from the employers in the ILO. And after the convention was passed, the employers in every country got together and they made sure that no laws were passed for home-based workers. So we can imagine that how much opposition there really was for home-based workers to become visible. HomeNet International dissolved, but after the ILO convention. But all the different regions where the HomeNet was there, whether it was HomeNet in Southeast Asia, whether it was in South Asia, whether it was in Europe, everybody continued to work. In Turkey, even in Latin America, people continued to work with home workers. And I would like to especially mention, we have today with us, I think she's still there, we have Chandni Joshi, who was at the time the head of what was then called UNIFEM and today is called UN Women. She was the head of UN Women or UNIFEM, and throughout 95, 96, she helped us to bring together many different governments, and the governments promised to help get this convention. And so UN Women, or UNIFEM as it was then known, was a wonderful partner for home-based workers. And I don't know if Firoza Mehrotra is here, but she also was part of UN Women and is now part of HomeNet South Asia. So I think also Martha Chen is here from WIGO. So I think between us, between UNIFEM, Chandni Joshi, Martha Chen, Seva, myself, we all thought that we must now do something really impressive to carry this forward. If very few countries are going to ratify the convention, then we have to come together and we have to organize and we have to get home-based workers visible again. UN Women, Seva, we came together and we said that we should all somehow, at least in wherever we had the influence, and we had some influence in the South Asia region. And I think Chandniji was instrumental in convincing the governments of the South Asia region that it was important to organize home-based workers. And so, with the help of UN Women and Vigo and Seva, three of us, we got together, and I should mention a lot of money came from Aga Khan Foundation also at the time for this workshop. We organized a conference and we organized it in Kathmandu. And from every one of the South Asian countries, we got a representative of home workers, home-based workers. We got some NGOs, and we got from every one of the countries, we got a government representative. Now this was very unusual. The government representatives were ready to come and to talk about home-based workers. And we had a negotiation. We talked about home-based workers and we had a negotiation that we should bring out a resolution and a declaration, as they do when countries meet each other. And we were very much part, I think Chandni ji will remember, we were very much, Marty, you may also, we were very much part of this negotiation. And I remember I was in the committee and as you may imagine, the India and Pakistan representatives who were secretaries, they could not agree with each other for no reason except for ideology. But then at the end, they said, well, this is a good cause. This is a women's cause. We will agree with it. And all the governments, all the NGOs, and all the home-based workers present endorsed this wonderful declaration. And that was October 20th, 1990. We never thought that governments will come together and endorse this declaration. So we were very happy, and we went back to our respective countries and we thought, now what should we do? And we realized, well, we are still invisible. We need to organize. We need to form organizations. And these organizations we formed in every country in South Asia, Southeast Asia, formed organizations there, Central, or rather I should say, Eastern Europe organizations were formed. And this happened slowly over time. And over time, after a couple of years, we said, well, you know, we have this wonderful declaration. We must really celebrate. So every October 20th, we declared as Home Workers Day, Home-Based Workers Day. And every year we have been celebrating. That's the history of how this Kathmandu Declaration came about. I would really advise everybody to look again at the Kathmandu Declaration. It is really a declaration of human rights. It's a declaration of economic rights. It's a declaration of freedom. And if we look at that declaration and we really believe in it, as we have done from 2000 onwards, we will have a path, a street, a clear direction to follow. And so I think the Kathmandu Declaration is quite unique. We've had other declarations after that. We had the Delhi Declaration, which was much more detailed. But the Kathmandu Declaration is a declaration of principles. And I would like to dedicate all those principles to the home-based workers of the world, many of whom have gathered here. And it is wonderful to see everybody coming together. I know we are all having difficulties with language. We are having difficulties communicating, but we all have the same issues, the same problems, and we should follow and will follow the same path together. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Nanaben, for the information you have just given to us. It's worth reckoning that home-based worker struggles in 2000 resulted for a 20 years yearly celebration. In the Philippines, then President Fidel Ramos issued Proclamation 1215 in April 30, 1998, declaring May 1 to 7 of every year as Labor Week, and May 3 as Home Workers, Women, and Youth Workers Day. So again, thank you for the very inspiring and knowledge that you shared to us. For the next 25 minutes, we would like to ask participants, especially home-based workers representatives representing regional formation, on their reflections on what does home-based workers day mean to them or to us, or the importance of celebrating the home-based workers day. We will have first the representative from each country, and then if we still have time, another round will do. Please be concise and straight to the point. Others may use the chat box for your reflection. To start with, may I call on representative from HomeNet Africa. Do we have representative from Africa? Okay.
We had someone from Sewa, Kerala. If they could please continue.
Sorry, Vanessa, I think that was just unmute. If you want to call somebody else from South Asia.
We'll go back to HomeNet Africa. Can we call in HomeNet Eastern Europe and Central Asia first? Representative from Eastern Europe and Central Asia. Anybody from Eastern Europe and Central Asia? I think we'll just go back to okay. How about representative from HomeNet Latin America?
Sí.
Okay. Or, okay.
Bueno, para nosotras.
Okay.
Para nosotras.
To us. Can I start? To us, October 20 has meant the awakening. Can I begin?
Please go ahead.
Para nosotras,
To us,
en América Latina,
in Latin America,
el 20 de octubre
October 20 has meant unity
en acción.
in
La
action.
verdad es que
The truth is
saber que
that
todas las
knowing
mujeres
that all
que
women
trabajamos
who work
en sus domicilios
at
tenemos los
home
mismos problemas.
have the same rights.
Tenemos las mismas inquietudes.
We have the same
Significa para nosotros el que tengamos
war,
que
same
aunar todas
concerns.
nuestras voluntades
We
para
have
salir de la
to
invisibilidad,
organize ourselves
para poder
to get
decir al
out
mundo
of
que
invisibility,
somos
to
mujeres de
tell the
trabajo,
world that we
que
are
somos
working
un gran
women
aporte a la
that
economía mundial,
contribute to world
casi
economy
invisibilizada,
that
sin
is
reconocimiento
not visible,
tampoco
it's not
de seguridad
recognized,
social.
and we don't
Que
have any
somos
social
mujeres
security.
y
We are
hombres
women and
que
men
trabajamos en nuestros
who
domicilios,
are
que somos
home-based
todas sujetas
workers,
de derechos.
and we are
El mundo tiene
subjects
que
of law.
entender
The world has to
que si
understand
nosotros no nos unimos
that
como
if
trabajadoras,
we are
como
not joined
trabajadoras de
together as
domicilio,
home-based
jamás
workers,
nos van a mirar.
they will never
También
look at
creemos
us.
que este
We
20
also believe
de octubre
that October 20
significa que
means
nosotros estamos acá de pie y de frente,
that we are standing here
exigiendo
and we are
a
demanding
nuestros gobiernos
our states
que puedan ratificar
that
todos
they
los documentos que
ratify
hoy día
all the conventions
nos ayudan,
that help us,
aquellos convenios que
those
además
agreements
nos harán
that
pararnos mejor.
will help us be in a better
El 20
position.
de octubre
October
significa
20 means
dignidad en el trabajo,
dignity, work dignity,
visibilización de hombres y mujeres que trabajan en el domicilio.
making we
El 20 de
home-based
octubre
workers
significa
more visible.
que
October
estamos y que
20
somos
means
capaces
that we are
de
capable
abrazar al mundo
to embrace the
para
world,
poder decir aquí estamos presentes.
to tell everybody we are here present. That's us.
Somos hombres y mujeres de
We are
fuerza,
women and men
somos hombres y
who
mujeres
struggle. We are men
que
and women
estamos peleando contra un modelo
who
de ser
fight
inhumano.
against a human being
Somos
model.
hombres y mujeres
We are women
que
and men
vamos a salir adelante
who will
porque creemos que nuestro trabajo
continue going
mueve
forward
muchos
because we believe
millones
that
de
our
dólares en el
work
mundo.
moves billions of
Porque
dollars
creemos en
around the
nosotros.
world. We believe in us.
Eso es para nosotros el 20 de octubre.
That's what October 20 means to us. Thank you.
Back to you, Josephine, for the next person. Could we have Kamala Pant from Nepal?
नमस्ते म कमला पन्त गृह श्रमिक सरकार समाज नेपालबाट गृह श्रमिक सरकार समाज नेपाल यो 2058 सालमा भएर दर्ता सुरु भएको हो र यसले चाहिँ नि हामीले अहिले यसमा हामीले जुन होम बेस्ड वर्करहरू 3000 भन्दा बढी होम बेस्ड वर्करहरू यसमा आबद्ध हुनुहुन्छ र हामी विभिन्न सेक्टरहरूमा काम गर्छौं र यसमा अहिले हामीले होम बेस्ड वर्करको एउटा संगठन जस्तो बनाएर 13 वटा कोअपरेटिभ महिला कोअपरेटिभहरू छ र 3टा एनजिओहरू दर्ता भएको छ। यस यी सबै विभिन्न सेक्टरमा हामीले काम गर्छौं। बुद्धिस्ट ह्यान्डिक्राफ्ट, गार्मेन्ट, कार्पेट वर्कर, काठमा काम गर्ने, बुनाइमा काम गर्ने, सिलाइ गर्ने, पोते बुन्ने, ढाका बुन्ने ती दिदीबहिनीहरू यसमा आगत हुनुभएको छ। र आजको दिन गृह श्रमिक दिवस चाहिँ हामी गृह श्रमिकहरूको लागि अति नै महत्त्वपूर्ण छ, किनभने यसले छरिएर रहेका गृह श्रमिकहरूलाई एकबद्धता गरी आफ्नो जीवन आफ्नो पहिचानको बढाउन न्याय र समानता दिलाउनको साथसाथै यस दिन हाम्रो लागि आफ्नो दिन भन्ने गौरव गर्न सक्छौं भन्दै म यही दिन्छु। र गृह श्रमिक दिवस चाहिँ हाम्रो लागि संगठनको लागि एक चुनौती पनि भएको छ नेपाल सरकारसँग लड्नको लागि। र हामी संगठित हुँदाखेरि हाम्रो कामलाई धेरै नै अगाडि बढाउन हामीलाई सजिलो भएको छ।
Hello. Okay, I'm going to translate what she said. Okay, namaste everyone. I'm from Nepal.
Jyoti, your voice is very soft.
Please
be a little louder.
Okay.
Yes, this is better, slightly better.
There are 13 cooperatives in this organization, and there are 3 NGOs. Home-based worker sisters are working in different sectors such as weaving, making Buddhist thanka, woodcraft, garments. And for her, Home-based Workers' Day is very important day for all the home-based workers because it has united all the home-based workers together and has given an identity with equality and justice and makes us feel proud that it is our day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I don't know, it seems like we've lost Josephine. Josephine, are you there?
She's coming. She's coming.
I changed another gadget because connected. Okay, can we ask now from Sontari? Are you going to want to do the reflection?
I think someone from our Southeast Asia or two, no? Who will?
How about from the Philippines? Omnet Philippines. Lourdes, can you do it? Please.
We also have somebody, one of the participants from CUP who have raised their hand.
Okay.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. HomeNet Philippines, October 20 means solidarity, unity for home-based workers throughout the globe. And it also means that we have one voice, visibility, recognition, representation, and empowerment. It means that we have to struggle for our rights and fight for our rights. And lastly, we can say that nothing for us without us. So October 20 means it's a big celebration for the home-based workers entire the globe. That means that this is part of the recognizing our sector, and hopefully with the HomeNet International we could push for the policy, especially international policy for us, for the home-based workers, and also for workers in the informal economy. So that's it, and thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Again, for the next round, anybody again from Homely South Asia who wants to talk on her reflection? Can we have? I have the name here. Can we have from Nepal, Home-Based Workers Concerned Society, Kamala Pant? And after Kamala Pant, we want to hear representative from CUP.
Kamala has already spoken, Josephine, so maybe we can go to Fatima Khatun.
Fatima Khatun, yes, Fatima Khatun.
শুরু করেন আমাদের এই স্ক্রিনটা বড় করে দেন সামনে আসেন না স্ক্রিন বড় তো হইলো না স্ক্রিন তারা আসসালামু আলাইকুম বলেন
হ্যালো আসসালামু আলাইকুম ফাতেমা খাতুন from বাংলাদেশ নমস্তে গুড ইভিনিং ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম আমি একজন হোম বেস সরকার আমি টেইলারি আমার নাম ফাতেমা খাতুন আমি একজন হোম বেস সরকার আমি টেইলারি কাজ করি মহিলাদের যাবতীয় পোশাক তৈরি করি ইন্টারন্যাশনাল হোম বেস ওয়ার্কার ডে আমাদের জন্য খুবই গুরুত্বপূর্ণ তাৎপর্য বাংলাদেশে গৃহভিত্তিক শ্রমিক এখনো শ্রমিক আইনে শ্রমিক হিসাবে স্বীকৃত নয় আজকের এই দিনে আমরা বাংলাদেশ সরকার কাছে হোম বেস ওয়ার্কার ও বাংলাদেশ শ্রম আইনের অধীনে শ্রমিক হিসেবে স্বীকৃতি নয় শ্রমিক হিসেবে স্বীকৃতি দাবি জানাই আমরা সংশ্লিষ্ট কর্তৃপক্ষের কাছে হোম বেস ওয়ার্কার ও সবল সামাজিক সুরক্ষা টেকসই জীবন উন্নয়নের জন্য বৈষম্য ও মুক্তি নেতৃত্বের জন্য সরকারের কাছে দাবি জানাই
I am Sajjad Kabir. Hello everyone. Good evening. I am Sajjad Kabir Bia, translating Bengali to English on behalf of Fatima. I am Fatima Khatun and I am a home-based worker. I have a tailor shop and I work tailoring. International Home-Based Workers Day is very important for us. In Bangladesh, home-based workers are not recognized as workers under labor law, Bangladesh labor law. On this day, we urge the government to recognize home-based workers under Bangladesh labor law. We also urge related stakeholders to ensure decent work, social protection, sustainable life, livelihood, and income for home-based workers. Thanks everyone.
Okay, thank you. Can we call in from again from Philippines? Can we call from Napsi? Gloria Madayag, please.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. This is the first time for me to attend this celebration of the Base Workers International Celebration. And with all those things that you have said, we have a lot of things to do. We have been through a lot, like the recognitions that we wanted. We have different laws in different countries, but still, in our unity, in our cooperation, with our collaboration with the government, whichever we can do what we wanted to win for the rights of the home-based workers. And happy celebration to all of us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Glo. Can we go back to HomeNet Africa, any representative? From HomeNet Africa. HomeNet Eastern Europe and Central Asia.
Maybe let's go to CAP because CAP has had their hand up for a while to speak. So
yeah, sorry. Okay, representative from CAP, please.
Assalamualaikum, namaskar, আমি আসিন আক্তার আমি একজন গৃহভিত্তিক শ্রমিক পাঞ্জাবিতে জরি বোতলে কাজ করি আমি আজকে 20 অক্টোবর ইন্টারন্যাশনাল হোমলেস ওয়ার্কার ডে 2000 সালে নেপালের কাঠমান্ডুতে এই একটি সম্মেলনের মাধ্যমে ঘোষণা করা হয় এই দিনটিকে। আজ ছোট থেকে আমরা কাপের মাধ্যমে এই দিনটিকে অনেক এছাড়াও আমরা এই হোম বেস সরকার যে সকল শ্রমিকের পক্ষ থেকে আমাদের এই চাওয়া যে আমরা যে শ্রমিক এই হিসেবে আমাদের কোনো স্বীকৃতি নেই, আমরা আমাদের স্বীকৃতি চাই, ন্যায্য মজুরি চাই এবং কি বাংলাদেশের আইনের আওতায় আসতে চাই, আমরা যে শ্রমিক হিসেবে স্বীকৃতি চাই এবং আমাদের সরকার এবং সুশীল সমাজে যারা আছে তাদের কাছ থেকে আমরা আমাদের শ্রমিক হিসেবে স্বীকৃতি চাই, ন্যায্য মজুরি এবং আইনের আওতায় থাকতে চাই।
Thank you. This is Saiful Islam, interpreter from Coalition for the Urban Podcast. She said, this is Hasina, and she is a home-based worker. She works as a tailor, and on behalf of all Bangladeshi home-based workers, she welcomes everyone. And she said today is International Home-based Workers Day. From 20th October 2000 through Kathmandu Declaration, the day has started, and from then every year, 20th October, we have celebrated the International Home-based Workers Day. And today we have arranged a seminar on this International Home-based Workers Day on our organization Coalition for the Urban Poor. And here participate around 50 home-based workers and celebrate this day willingly, and they want their rights and want to recognize them as labor law and as a home-based workers. So they want to establish their rights actually. Thanks to all.
Okay, thank you. This time we want to call in Sir Edwin Bett. Sir, the Emerging HomeNet Africa representative based in Kenya, to discuss further the HomeNet International Launching Congress.
Good afternoon from Nairobi, Kenya, representing Kenya from Nairobi. And so far we are continuing with the registration and mobilizing of our home-based workers from Kenya. I'm representing BET. My name is Obadia Temuge from Nairobi, Kenya. So far...
That's Obadia making a comment on behalf of the African HomeNet Africa. I will be shortly speaking on the journey from Kathmandu to HomeNet International.
Okay, but thank you. So so far we are continuing with the registration and mobilizing the home-based workers and making them realize the impact and the importance of HomeNet International. This cause will help us to have a voice as home-based workers in Kenya and in Africa. So it's a good cause, and we really appreciate the fact that we are able to have our voice heard locally here in Kenya, in Africa, and in the world. And with this declaration and the launch of the HomeNet International website, we'll be able to have our voices heard. We'll be able to post our progress as HomeNet Kenya in HomeNet Africa. So thank you so much, and we appreciate. These are our members from Nairobi, and we are glad and we are following the proceedings. Over to you, Ben.
Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening to all of us. This is Edwin Bett from Kenya, and on behalf of the HomeNet African region, I would like to take all of us through the journey that the organizing of home workers has taken since the year
Thank
2000.
you, Sir Edwin Beth. For sure, different home-based workers organization, association, or any formation.
Can I continue?
Yes,
okay, thank you. Let me, yes, that we want to see the journey that we've taken through the organizing of home workers from the period 2000 to now, the period 2020, and to the online launch in 2021, next year. So we want to see what has happened in every region. So we have a number of activities that have been taking place in OMNET South Asia, OMNET Southeast Asia, and as well as in the two regions. We've seen a lot of organizing, capacity building, a lot of activities towards the recognition, visibility, studies in law and policy advocacy, and support for livelihoods. While that was going on in OMNET Southeast Asia and OMNET South Asia, we've also seen a number of activities that have been taking place in the other three regions. That is Eastern Europe and Central Asia, Africa, as well as Latin America. So between those years, between 2000, especially from 2000 to 2020, we've seen a number of activities happen in these three regions. We've done a lot of mapping, organizing, and capacity building. We've also seen a lot of exchanges in network building. Like you could see in Latin America in the year 2019, they had a very good capacity building session that was also coupled with exchanges. So this has really brought about the bringing on board of the two youngest organizations. That is the Latin American group, Cotraco ALAC, and the African group under the African Regional Platform Initiative, as well as the solidification of Eastern Europe and Central Asia groups. Along the journey, we participated in the first global conference of home-based workers in 2015. And this led to the adoption of the Daily Declaration and a 5-year plan that we've been successful in rolling out to date. You could see the participants in that meeting. Everyone is very happy and joyous in lifting up the declarations. Martin Chen is here at the forefront on that picture. Sufficient to that, between the years 2018 to 2020, one of the milestones that has been very critical in the 5-year journey is the meeting that we held in Stockholm in May 2018. And this was a meeting that had representatives from all the 5 regions. On our left, we had Irialof together with Philip. We have Janvi. We can see Patricia with the hands up there, behind her is Laura. We also have the OMNET South Asian group, Suntari and Punsap, and the African region here represented by Vanessa and I. And we can see behind there, that is Virosa. So during this period, we all agreed to work towards the formation of OMNET International. And since then, we have taken quite a number of steps towards realization of the same. Beginning from that meeting that happened in 2018 May, we created a discussion document that went to the regions and later on included some virtual meetings that we discussed. Then in November 2018, during the annual general meeting for WIGO and the conference, we had an opportunity also to continue discussing as a working group on whether we need to go to the regional or adopt the country network membership. Thereafter, with the document that we had created, we sought expert advice, comparing the other networks, that the StreetNet, the Domestic Workers Federation, and everybody else who has a similar structure or membership with the home-based workers. And we sought some advice, and a document was created. And this resulted in the first draft constitution that went into regional discussions and was also subjected to several virtual meetings. And thereafter, in October 2019, we had another working group meeting that we refined further the constitution, and we planned for the Congress that was to happen on the 20th of October 2020, which is today. So today we're supposed to be in Nepal launching HomeNet International, but when COVID came in at the end of 2019, early 2020, it disrupted all the plans that we had planned. So after February 2020, moving forward with the fourth draft of the constitution, we resorted into virtual meetings and global webinars. And some of the activities that happened along the way were humanitarian support in terms of food supplies. And we're very grateful that the Open Society Foundation stepped in, together with others that I've not mentioned, to ensure that the home workers were able to get relief and continue moving from where they were. We're still not given up. And in February next year, we would like to do the virtual launch for HomeNet International. And today also marks a milestone in the mobilization and organizing to be able to participate virtually in an activity. And this would form like a test run for our launch in February 2021. So we are celebrating Home-Based Workers Day today, October 20th, 2020, and hopefully celebrate the launch in February 2021. And if the COVID-19 eases off, we should be able to do a physical launch thereafter. And to sum it up, we would like to say that recovery starts with us. All the 5 regions. We have Africa, we have Southeast Asia, we have South Asia, we have HomeNet Eastern Europe and Central Asia, and we have Contracto ALAC in Latin America. We will, during this pandemic and beyond, we need a global voice more than ever, and we are determined to make it happen. And, looking at us as a people from the 5 regions, if we continued organizing, we will have the power to make change, and that change will result into the 3 V's of voice, visibility, and validity. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Sir Edwin Beth. For sure, different home-based workers organization or association around the globe are very much interested in joining HomeNet International for convergence and acting together towards the protection and rights of home-based workers and other workers in the informal economy and the attainment of full recognition and social protection for all. This time, the HomeNet International will be launched with the facilitation of Ms. Janvi Day, HomeNet International Coordinator Designate. Ms. Janvi.
Thank you, Josephine, for inviting me. And thank you, Edwin. You took us step by step on, the recent history and where we are moving as of now. So, like Edwin said, we're taking one step at a time, and we are moving towards HomeNet International. Another step is to have a website, which we are going to launch today. So now we have our very own website, which is going to be www.homenetinternational.org. And I really urge all of you after this to go through this website. Just to start, what are the objectives of this website? First is to have a global platform to increase communication amongst home-based workers. We've come from different countries, different regions, but just to increase the communication. Share information amongst regions and accessible in different languages. Access resources and training material. coming from across countries and across regions again, share our own activities and increase our visibility and voice. I briefly show you what this website is going to look like. This is the homepage that talks about HomeNet International, and some of you can recognize your own photographs here. Do not forget to see what we have on the right. There are going to be many languages, and we're hoping to get all of these languages up and running fairly soon. The next is we have a page on About. Now, this section, you can find more information on building HomeNet International and the plan towards the foundational conference 2021. Edwin mentioned it's very unfortunate that we couldn't have the Congress. Otherwise, we'd be sitting together and celebrating and having a Congress, but we couldn't have that. But the next best is in February, we're going to have a virtual launch, and next year, maybe end of the next year, we may have a physical Congress again. You'll also, here on this page on the website, you'll also find more about home-based workers, what they do, how they organize, resources, and tools. The next is about the networks. Here, I think all of you can recognize your own networks. We have HomeNet International, but about HomeNet Africa, about Contrado Alat from Latin America, HomeNet Southeast Asia, HomeNet Eastern Europe and Central Asia, and HomeNet South Asia. We also added a page on COVID-19. You know, a lot of you here were in the process where we came together and had a declaration with our demands. It's been put here. We'll also have guidelines, news, and support page here. The next, and this is the most interesting page, where we have the activities and blog, and this is an interactive section where you can choose information by region or the calendar and use the translation to do or read anything or any of the posts here. So this is going to be something very interesting, and we really urge that you can go to this page. You can also, where all can you reach us? So we've mentioned the Facebook page, Twitter, and our own YouTube channel. Last is moving forward, what are we going to do? We are of course going to activate a lot of languages that we have on the website so you can translate and read. And then we have strategic communications on this website. We're also looking forward to more social media, post everything, and video tutorials to networks. At last, I'd like to thank all the regions who have participated and put in a lot of information here. A special thanks to Vigo, who supported us, and Sophia, who's worked very hard on this. So thank you, everybody. And now I'm going to stop here, not taking too much time. There are also furthermore songs that we need to sing together. Thank you. Thank you, Josephine. Over to you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Jandi. Can we ask first Sarbani to have an announcement to all participants, please? Sarbani.
With German, Russian, to pick the English language option. And please, if you can also turn on your video, it would be great if we can see each other as well. So waiting for you for the English channel.
Okay, this time we're going to sing "We Shall Overcome."
Can we please, sorry, Josephine, because
yes.
Sarbani was not clear, we would try to request everybody that was on the different channels, Russian, Korean, to please select English channel. So we give a few minutes for everybody to go to click on the English channel. And once you have chosen the English channel, also if you could turn on your videos. We are now going to, and Josephine will guide us through the different languages that we're going to sing. We shall overcome. but at least we can see each other, and we want to release the interpreters from having to interpret as we sing. So we will just hear each other in our different languages. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Miss Vanessa. As what Miss Vanessa said, every dialect will sing the first 3 lines in turn. So not everybody will sing together, but one by one. So can we ask first the Hindi and Urdu to representative to start the singing of the We Shall Overcome?
Indiano, yung mga Indiano kakanta.
To be followed by the Philippines, Lourdes.
Oh, next tayo, Olivia. Patara ka lang dyan.
And
Ano yung
Bangla
natin?
third. Okay.
Bangladesh.
Hindi and Urdu. Start the singing of the We Shall Overcome.
Shall overcome. Kanta na kayo dyan. Praise everyone. Oh, mga Indiano muna, mga Indiano. Indiano.
Grabe ka, Tisali, ha?
Excited naman ako marinig ang kanta.
Okay.
Kanta ka, Ate Olive. Susunod kami.
Mamatay pa na.
Pamunuan mo yung kanta natin. Hindi pa marunong magkanta.
Okay.
कामयाब एक दिन
Okay, Lourdes, next.
में है विश्वास पूरा है यकीन हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन चलेंगे साथ साथ हम चलेंगे साथ 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 हम चलेंगे साथ साथ एक दिन ओ दिल में यकीन पूरा है के साथ साथ एक दिन
Balen Bangla.
Russian, please. Russian, please.
हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन
I think we're very shy.
Somewhat. Okay.
I think let's just sing together.
Okay. Let's all sing the English version. We are overcome. Okay. In my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall
I do believe we shall
Walk
overcome
hand in hand, hand in
someday.
hand. We walk hand in
Hand in hand, we'll walk hand in hand someday. Oh, deep in our hearts, we do believe we shall overcome someday.
We shall live King.
We shall
We shall
overcome.
live
We
King.
shall
We shall live
overcome. We
We
shall
shall
overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall brothers be. We shall brothers be. We shall brothers be. We shall brothers be someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We are not afraid today. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday.
Why? हम चलेंगे
Okay, everybody. A big round of applause, please. Okay. Okay. Everything happy.
मन में
Done already. Okay. Can we settle now? We are now need to end our activity. Okay.
Can we all put cameras on very quickly?
Bravo.
Maybe we can ask Josephine. Josephine, if you could just, we couldn't hear you at the end, Josephine.
Okay. See,
Just do your
everything
final
happens always come to an
Thank
end.
you.
So
Thank
the
you.
learnings and discussions are all important, but we need to say goodbye for the meantime. For this day, for sure, everybody agrees with me that we learned a lot and we will take this wonderful and useful words to remember always. Number one, convergence, participatory, collaboration, empowerment, decent work, transition, organizing, social and environmental justice, dignity, freedom, social protection, social solidarity, and no one will left behind. Thank you, maraming salamat to all home-based workers, regional homenets, allies, and supporters, my colleagues in NAPSUWIS, guests, friends, and to those in the Facebook Live, and most especially to the Homenet International Working Group, members representing in different regions to mention, Homenet Africa, Isabel Agol from Uganda, and Edwin Bet from Kenya, Eastern Europe and Central Asia, Violeta Lativa from Bulgaria, from Latin America, Patricia Conyuman Carillo Cheli, and Flor de Les Pijo from Uruguay. Homenet South Asia, Miss Jan Vidave, and Feroza Merotra from India, and Homenet Southeast Asia, Tom Tarisa Inging and Punsa Tulapan from Thailand. From Wigo, we have Vanessa Pillay supporting in Africa, Laura Murillo in Latin America, and Chris Bonner, the overall coordinator of the process towards the formation of HomeNet International. Country interpreters, webinar host, Sofia Trevino, and of course, to Marta Chen and Rhonda Douglas, and to everybody. Again, it is my pleasure and privilege to be your moderator on this very important event in celebrating this International Home-Based Workers Day and fight for workers' rights and social equity and equality. Actually, I am privileged because this is my very first international being a moderator. I've been attending webinars and activities, but only as participant, but this is my very first time moderate this kind of international activity. See you on the coming activities. This is Miss Josephine Olive Parillas signing off. Okay, Vanessa, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Actually, we have time for my
Thank you. Nice meeting you all. Happy celebration.
I glow.
Thank you,
Thank
Kelly.
International Home-Based
Thank you.
Workers Day to all.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Ate Be.
Hi.
Hi.
Musta? How are you all?
Ate Be.
Nice to see you all again.
Okay.
Nice to
Even
see
here in
you.
Zoom.
Okay.
Bye,
Hi,
Sundari.
everyone.
Grabe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night, good day. And please keep safe always.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Good
Nice.
night.
Good night,
Good
dear.
night. Oh, good
Mga
night.
taga-NAPSI for the invitation.
Thank you.
Ate
Happy.
Olive. Ate
Bye.
Olive. Tatawagan kita bukas. Mayroon tayong kasi may, tatawag ako sa iyo. Ay, doon na lang sa
Yes.
natin.
Namamatay ako,
PWD.
grabe.
Huwag ka muna mamatay.
Okay, thank you everybody.
Bye-bye.
Miss Sophia.
Bye.
Yeah, Miss Vanessa, thank you.
Thank you, Josephine.
Grabe.
Thank you.
Oh, ya to ha, yan ba ya?
Meeting you.
Titin, thank you. Punsap, thank you. Manok, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
Apa tuh tadi? Nah,